Alright. Turns out, for whatever reason, the last slot you can unlock is 150, and they didn't actually space them out in a way that, like, gives an available full page. It's just these last 6, and it's kind of awkward. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. But who dusted a few things, got rid of any duplicates, discovered that for whatever reason, a lot of these are identical but have a different number. I have no idea why. I've decided to keep the identical ones for the time being until I find out further information. And it's as simple as that, honestly. It's the only one we got from that one video that was ultra rare. So, we're doing it again. Just feeding my compulsive gambling. No, actually, let's try and get some variety. We'll do the normal capsules this time. Ooh, Dodoria. I haven't gotten a single Dodoria yet until now. That's rare. I'm presuming there aren't any high-ranking Dodorias. I'm actually kind of surprised I didn't see any, like, high-ranking Mr. Satans. Oh, hi, Yamcha. Of, like, all the characters, you would figure he would have one. What with, you know, essentially being the bard. You know, the one guy who can cheer everyone on. But no, apparently he's just a normal. I remember getting to the human segment, like the second part of the non-tutorial missions, and him having some high-ranking Satans, but I guess either I just didn't get lucky or it's one you have to upgrade from. This one's not going to be as long as the other one. I got tests I need to do today. And I haven't slept all night because, honestly, 6 or 7 tests that I probably should be doing for some reason are locked off and I can't do them. For no discernible reason. So either the professor's trying to screw any chances I have of passing his godforsaken class, or it's a mistake. Or it was just never meant to be done and was added into our curriculum for whatever reason, which I guess would still be a mistake, but I don't know. Either way, I'm not happy right now about that. Frieza, 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 Frieza. Ooh. And we'll get to this in a little bit. I think it's literally the first mission outside of the tutorial. But for some reason, and I find this to be shocking almost, just incredibly strange. For some reason, they decided to introduce how the speed mechanic works properly by having the first fight be against Vegeta and giving him a team of Friezas. Now, I don't know about you, but to me that almost comes across like sacrilege. you know, universally hated dictator blew up his planet, killed his family, all that, yada yada yada, and he has a team of him. That that don't seem right. Don't I don't really see it like that as being like something that'd be appropriate for him. And they kind of play it off as him being like he just got figures, so he's only got figures he doesn't want, and they just so happen to be Frieza. But no, they also say his wife gave them to him, so no. Either he bought a bunch of figures because he didn't like the ones his wife gave him, or his wife gave him multiple 3D figures of the person who made his life hell for 30 some odd years, and then came back to haunt him in Super. All I'm saying is someone's at fault here. And it comes across a little screwy in my mind. Delicious, delicious apples. Makon Simple. Tataria Beam. Zarbon. Zarbon's a normal? Well, I guess they don't have his monster form in here, so. I wonder if the great apes are in here. Probably not. It seems like they rely on a very specific camera angle for these things to work. Why does Zarbon not have feet? Why does Trunks not have feet? It's like Fire Emblem Awakening in here. Never mind. Ramon has feet. He is one of the lucky few, the chosen ones, who were blessed with pedal-based limbs. I wonder how the people in Dragon Ball would react outside of this little canned marketing deal where they're introducing gambling into a kid's game. I wonder how the characters would actually react to figures being made of them that are used to upgrade other figures by grinding them into paste and feeding them to a demon or some whatever shit to make these things stronger. All I'm saying is I get the impression that certain characters would not be all that fond of the effigies and what you do with them. You know, like Vegeta. Or any of the Frieza Force. Especially Frieza. Ginyu might like it. Maybe Frieza would like it, you know, he's kind of vain, but the fact that Bulma's doing it and profiting off of it, he would hate. Yamcha would probably hate it because, yeah, he's got vanity going for him, but you know, that's his ex. Trunks would probably find it weird. Game. You okay, game? There we go. Server might be acting up now that more people are waking up. Or my internet's just being its typical terrible, terrible, terrible self. Trunks. You know, it'd be nice if there was a variant of the adult Trunks in this game that didn't use his sword. I get that it's kind of iconic and they want to give it to him because it's kind of unique to his character. But seeing as this game is taking a lot of its inspiration from the Tenkaichi games, the fact that they don't have a version of him where he's going around punching people as his primary deal seems kinda disingenuous. It wouldn't be the first thing on my list, I'll say that much. Completing Frieza and Cell's forms would be more important to me. Getting one more of Super Boo's states, at least, you know, make it at least equal to how Tenkaichi did it. More characters from Super. Maybe more of the Shenrons. Baby Vegeta definitely needs to. That he would be higher on the list. Because he's sort of in the game already, but just not, you know, as anything that's not grade ape or clothing. Oob would be on that list, definitely. Like, if you look at Tapion, and Tapion was included with the new DLC pack. If you watch the movie, you'll kind of realize that he actually doesn't really do anything in his own movie. And if you look into the list of moves he has, most of them come from other characters or from Tenkaichi 3. And I find that kind of hilarious, because in Tenkaichi 3 Brave Cannon, one of the moves he has, if you look into that, it's actually a move from GT Trunks. I suppose I should feel special getting that from the normal rolls, but I've got by like effigy sacrifice 7 of them. But yeah, he really doesn't do anything. I'm pretty sure they just took his moveset from Tenkaichi 3 for this game and more or less ported it. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. He was really fun in that game. But like, even in Tenkaichi 3, nothing he did in there was something he did. The little sword slash beam thing? No, didn't exist. Hero's Flute? You could argue that, but it didn't have the barrier. Brave Cannon was something from GT Trunks. And his ultimate was something that his, like, distant ancestor used, not him. Oh yeah, other things I'd throw in there would be, well, I won't name anything by name, but just because, you know, spoilers I guess, but the Xenoverse 6 team, the English dub should be past Xenoverse 6 right now. I think they're in the Goku Black arc. The Xenoverse 6 team in the current arc with the Japanese dub, or dub, the, you know, the original with subtitles. I would definitely want to finish them. I realize it's somewhat of an unpopular opinion, but the Star of Universe 2 I would put in there. Below Below a swordless Trunks, admittedly, but the just honestly, Universe 9's main 3, Universe 11's main 3. Just characters that kind of stood out during this arc so far. And ones who will stand out because, things not over yet. Won't be over till March. Ain't that crazy? Dragon Ball Super is only like 9 episodes, I want to say, away from having twice as many episodes as Dragon Ball GT had. That's crazy. And I'm loving it. I've loved this show so much. It's genuinely becoming my favorite Dragon Ball series. And that's kind of surprising to me because I hold Dragon Ball and Z really high. Dragon Ball higher than Z, honestly, which is kind of why I like Super, because a lot of it's got that influence from Ball. Like with GT, the first arc that a lot of people like to pretend doesn't exist, you could tell that they were trying to go for like Dragon Ball nostalgia, but they never could quite capture the heart of it. And they had like weird stuff with Pan that's kind of uncomfortable. But with Super, they've really nailed it, honestly. Like, some of my favorite episodes from Super are the slice of life episodes. It's weird. That's not the kind of thing I would have expected to say stepping into that series. And it's not that there haven't been great action scenes and such episodes dedicated to that. This entire arc's been nothing but that. But I just love this show. Honestly though, like with Xenoverse, I'm kind of skeptical of the team behind it just because we knew about Dabura a solid, I want to say 8 months in advance before his announcement because he was in the game files. So I'm a little skeptical about when it comes to the DLC because the DLC's been kind of sparse on content. And there's evidence that a lot of things have actually been more or less ready. Long time in advance, like cut out specifically so they wouldn't be part of the season pass. And I don't know, that's a lot of that's just speculation and paranoia on my part, I'm sure, but I hope there's a Xenoverse 3. I hope these little gacha mechanics and crap like that will stay the hell out. I hope we get a very robust roster of characters. And I hope it won't be over multiple pack shenanigans like they've been doing with this one. I'm not a fan of that. But despite the copious amounts of just terrible things with this game, especially the expert mission shenanigans, I still like this game. I wish it was more mod friendly. I wish it didn't have this terrible grind where the highest levels are literally requiring you to, you know, get the Dragon Balls if you want to be able to max out a character by the end of a week. But, oh, look at these beauties. I'm going to assemble my own Frieza Force. Gonna get me some Cybermen, some Satanists, some people to feed to the Cybermen. Have I got a Nappa? Is there no Nappa card? If not, I am genuinely surprised. Well, I figure organizing all this is probably some kind of boring, so I'm just gonna cut this one off here, and y'all have a good day.